Most of you are old enough to remember Vietnam. America lost tens of thousands of soldiers in Vietnam. They had a Navy warship, and it was named the Kitty Hawk. And there was a certain fellow, his name was Captain Plum. He was the best jet fighter pilot, and he flew 74 missions. He had one mission left to fly, and then he was going to finish his tour of duty with the Navy, and he was going to come back to America. The 75th mission was shot down. The plane exploded. He was propelled from the plane. The parachute opened up, and it saved his life, but he fell in enemy territory. And unfortunately, he was imprisoned for 5 long years. After 5 years, the war was over. He was sent back to America, and he went into rehabilitation, and he became a public speaker. One night, he was in Kansas City. And when he was in Kansas City, he went to a restaurant afterwards to eat quietly. And suddenly, he notices that somebody is staring at him. Now, when you're alone in a place that you're not used to and not familiar with, and somebody's staring at you, it's very uncomfortable. And then finally, the guy who's staring comes over to me. He says, "Excuse me, are you Captain Plum?" He says, "Yes, sir." He says, "You were on the Kitty Hawk and you flew 74 missions." He said, "Yes, sir." He said, "And the 75th mission was shot down and the parachute saved your life." And now Captain Plum stands up. He says, "You are so right, but how do you know this, sir?" And the guy says, "Because I was a sailor on the Kitty Hawk, and I packed your parachute." Well, he could not believe it. He said, "Do you know how much I have prayed for you and your family, and I didn't even know who you were? I don't even know what to say." He said, "Well, looks like the parachute worked, didn't it?" And they get into this whole conversation. They're reminiscing about the war. And finally, the guy who was the sailor, he left the restaurant. And Captain Plum says he was sitting alone, and he felt awful. He said, "I bet that I saw that sailor 100 times on the Kitty Hawk. Not once did I ever say hello to him. Not once did I ever thank him. You know what? Because I was a jet fighter pilot. He was only a sailor. But he packed my parachute. And if he packed my parachute, I owed him thank you. I owed him courtesy." And he said, there are a lot of people out there who pack our parachutes, and we never thank them. He said, "When was the last time you thanked your parents? Or your friend who was there for you when you needed them most?" There are people out there who pack our parachutes, and we don't even think about it. That's a great lesson of achdus. Achdus means not only when you actually do something for somebody, but even to acknowledge and to say thank you.